Hi, I'm Morgan Hines. I'm a senior reporter at FocusWire, and I'm here at the FocusWire studio at the Focusrite conference. And I'm joined today by Dana Lay, the founder and CEO of Wander Health, and Charles Shima, the founder and CEO at Zaniheza. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
We're so excited to dive right in and have a little conversation. I know that there's a lot of exciting stuff going on with your companies. I'd love if you could start by giving a one-sentence explanation on what it is each of your companies do.
Ladies first.
Me? All right. Wander Health is a tech-enabled medical concierge that connects travelers to English-speaking doctors when they're abroad.
That's awesome.
And Zaniheza is a travel marketplace that focuses on things to do around the world, looking at the African-infused culture.
Okay, great. And I'd love to talk about your priorities for the coming year. I know we're nearing the end of 2023. So what's on your plate for 2024?
So we have currently a network of over 430 doctors in multiple countries. And so we're actually planning to double the number of countries that we're in and expand in the next few months.
That's awesome. That sounds really ambitious. And for you?
Right now, my focus is sales. We have over 20 travel suppliers on the platform. And we are in about 14, I would say, countries. And so I would like to basically add more on the platform. So that's going to be my next focus, and also sales.
That's really exciting. So with all that in mind, it sounds like you both have a lot coming up. Do you have any idea of kind of where you want to be in 3 to 5 years? I know that's a pretty far scope, but it's always interesting to see.
Yeah. So Wander Health's vision is no matter who you are or where you go, you should be able to have access to healthcare.
Yeah.
So, we hope that as the world is now getting used to traveling again, that we're able to connect people to healthcare no matter what country that they're in. Yeah. It shouldn't be a barrier to, you going to your usual trips. There shouldn't be interruptions that way. You should be able to book online and see a doctor. So that's truly our goal in the next 3 to 5 years.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, 3 years, 5 years, it's not really that far since I started this journey about 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
Let me bold. I'm going to be bold here. I mean, with Zaniheza, I founded it so that people can travel to the continent of Africa and they can discover the culture above and beyond the safari and the wildlife. And so I would like maybe to reach 1 million travelers by then.
Okay.
People who are coming to the continent to see what we have above and beyond the culture.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, they say fortune favors the bold, so I think that's a good answer. And with all this coming up and all these big goals in mind, what are some of the challenges or hurdles that you see ahead? And can you tell me a little bit about how you plan to address those?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an early stage company. I'm much younger in terms of like the time frame we've built this company. So early stage fundraising has been definitely more difficult as we are in this current economy. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people are expecting more.
Got it.
When writing checks, so it seems that I do worry that a lot of the acceleration and interest in innovation is now geared towards later stage companies, and so I see that kind of for the startup realm in general.
Okay.
But then also within travel, I feel like I personally think that it's only going to grow. The challenge there is just continuing to showcase and tell people how to trust other different medical talent, be able to show that new countries are countries that haven't been traveled before aren't necessarily as they're still safe. They're still great, doing well and whatnot, and they might open up to new tourism and whatnot. So
yeah. Got it. Okay, cool.
Wow, that's such a very good question. You handled it really well.
It's a hard question for sure.
Wow. The way I will answer that question is that research has shown that minority founders, Black founders, underrepresented founders, we get less funding to the tune of 0.2%.
Yeah.
And the statistics of the startups also are very grim. Over 90% fail.
Yeah.
And one of the common reason is funding. I mean, you can have all this big dream, but
Of course.
if there is no money, then, so that's what I'm fighting for. I mean, I've been doing this for the last 5 years now. And so funding, it really drives everything we do forward.
Of course.
Where I am from in Rwanda, they like to say that, Charles, we will pray for you. And I say, that's nice, but prayers don't pay the bills.
Well, it sounds like you both have a lot coming up and a lot of good ways to address all of that. So that's great to hear. And I guess we're coming up on the end of our time here, but I'd love to know if you have a piece of advice for any founders who may be earlier on in their journeys.
I think the biggest trait a founder can have is resilience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be harder than even when you hear us talk about it or when you hear other founders talk about it. It's a journey you have to push through. There's going to be more rejection than successes.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be super, super passionate about what you're trying to solve, the problem you're trying to solve. But resilience is like the biggest thing I would hope that any founder could either continue to expand that trait or characteristic. And I think that will help along their journey.
I agree. Without strong resilience, you are pretty much dead in the water.
Yeah.
And so I would just add, you really said it really well. I would just say, believe in you and keep fighting for your dream.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. It was such a pleasure to chat with you and learn more about what you're doing, and great to have your advice for other founders.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.